What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 4, episode 3 of All the Queen's Men, which is streaming right now on BET Plus. I know I'm late. I do apologize. And this episode is titled 99 Problems. 99 Problems. But before I get into this review, I have to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers that left comments on this last review of this show. Shout outs to Saxton Heights, Karima Khadijah, Bobby Ray, Geechee Girl TV, and Wendy, and all the rest of you wonderful people. I do appreciate you all. You keep the channel going and growing. Now, with that being said, let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to this review. So, first of all, you see how I'm dressed, right? I'm auditioning to be one of the new dancers at Eden. Can you imagine if they cast me? I don't think, they wouldn't cast me. I wouldn't want to, I'm too shy to be playing that. You can let me play like the madam's brother who's from the church that comes and tell her, you got to get right, madam. Let me play her brother. Does she have a brother or cousin or something like that? But yeah, I couldn't do the, I mean, you never know. I don't know. But I couldn't see myself playing the scripper. You see how I said scripper, not stripper. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to this review. Let me stop being silly. So Madam makes a phone call to the concierge and tells him, listen, I had a very interesting conversation with your daddy-in-law, bruh. And he told me some things that, right before I gutted him like a fish and hung him out there for the vultures to eat, he told me what you did. He said, she said, but I'm going to get you. And what I've got in store for you is going to be even worse. I said, wow. She said she's not playing with him. So that was interesting. But I was saying to myself, am I the only one thinking? I thought that the concierge father-in-law was supposed to be this tough guy, hard, there's no messing with him. I thought he was going to be harder to kill. It was going to be a bigger challenge. She kind of handled him a little too easy for me. Just my taste. That was in the last episode. Anyway, Madam also brings in this lady named Lola. And she tells Lola, I have a job for you. Don't you want, how do you like working for the Atlanta PD? I need you to, you won't have to work those long hours if you do something for me. So what she wants her to do is steal the evidence. And that's that evidence that has, I think, the shirt from the young lady that was killed by Doc or something, which I'm not understanding why Doc still had that shirt. When is he going to do laundry? But she's like, to steal this evidence from out of the evidence locker at the precinct and bring it to us. And I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. That should be very interesting. And then we had Babyface come in and he tells Madame that Miss Tandy asked him to kill D.A. Rods. And she's like, what? And he said, yeah, she asked me to kill her because she couldn't do it, this, that, and the third. And I just thought it would be something you should know. And this was funny. Madam said, thank you. Then she said, come back over here. And she smacked him and said, nobody likes a snitch, bitch, or something like that. That turned me on when she slapped him. Madam is sexy. I kind of liked that. I was like, ooh, Madam. But anyway, what was kind of silly, though, was technically he wasn't snitching because if I'm not mistaken, Tandy said, or maybe you can go to Madam and talk to her. She did say that. So he really wasn't snitching. And this benefits you, Madam. So to me, it benefits her. So that's crazy. What else happened? Big D, he's the center of attention on stage, got the girls going crazy. They throwing the money at him, this, that, and the third. And while that's happening, Dime is having a conversation with Blue, and Blue says, oh, this boy is getting all the money. He got the girls going crazy. And then she mentions, what's going on between you and him? And she mentions, oh, yeah, we had sex or whatever. But she says, he was a 1 minute man. She said it was too quick and fast and quick in a hurry. She tells this to Blue, and she's like, yeah, And she said, I thought he was the one that gave you these flowers because Dime got flowers from Amp. And so Blue she says, listen, be careful with Amp. He's still improving after he got out of jail. He's working his way back. You need to be careful with that. So I thought all that was interesting and that was funny. And then Dime is killing me with I don't want nobody in my business and this, that, and the third. And you can't act like you all classy when you busted open on the stage of a dirty ass stage at the strip club. Y'all didn't even go to a hotel or nothing. You did it with him, although it was short. You did it with Big D on the nasty stage where they be dancing and carrying on. Come on. So you wanting to be discreet and this and that. You messing with two people in the same place. Cut it out. So anyway, Dime goes on a date with, he says, we should take a walk, whatever. Dime goes on a date with Amp. And it's a nice romantic date, the picnic, and he's got the food, and he mentions, it was funny, there's a lot of humor in this episode. He mentioned how he had to pay off the bums to not eat their food. But then his phone rings, and Dime is like, you're not going to answer that? And he said it was a blocked number. And she got just a little upset over that. I'm like, what? Why are you upset that he didn't answer the phone? Because I guarantee you, if he would have answered the phone on your date, you would have been annoyed by that too. So at least he said, listen, it's a blocked number. That's why I didn't pick it up. But ain't nobody pick on a date, about me and you, girl. So the date seemed to be going nice. They had the ice cream and this and that. And he says that she says she needs reliability and all these other things. And she's willing to give him another chance. And they're going to take it slow. This time they'll take it slow because he tried to kiss her. And she said, nah, we're going to take it slow. We're going to take it slow. We're going to take it nice and easy. So that's going to be interesting because I think we're going to still have this love triangle between her and Big D and him. So that should be really, really interesting. What else happened in here? Madame, after getting the news from Babyface, Madame goes over to Tandy's, and Tandy's at this, I guess this is this news conference campaign thing that she's doing, and she looked like she's seen a ghost, and she confronts Miss Tandy. Now this was interesting. She confronts Miss Tandy. She's like, when I tell you to kill somebody, you do it. You don't go be asking one of my dancers to kill nobody. I told you to do it. You get it done. And so Tandy's like, listen, the press is here, cameras, this and that. I shouldn't really be seen with you. And I kind of agree with her because here's the thing I didn't get. Did y'all notice everybody's back was turned like this once Madam came in and was having a conversation? Now, you are a publicly known notorious criminal, and you're sitting here schmoozing and talking to the soon-to-be a marital candidate, and nobody's looking and nobody's taking pictures. Everybody's back was turned. I'm like, why is their back turned to her? Because I would have been like, yo, she here with the notorious criminal just came in here for her. Because isn't Madam a known criminal? But Madam gets away with everything as we see. And nothing gets past her. We see in this episode that doctor that was saying that he can't give her no medicine. She went and snatched him up, told him, you going to give me my medicine. I don't care about your license and your medical license. I know the police told you not. I don't care what they told you. I don't care about your license. You going to give me my medication. That's what she told him. We saw that. I said, Madam's crazy. She's crazy. And so she takes no, she doesn't take no for an answer. She don't like that and all those things, which is it's just crazy. She's just crazy. She's basically crazy. And you know who else is just as crazy? Her friend Blue. Her right-hand woman, Blue. Because Blue, we see in this episode, an old soldier friend comes to visit Blue and tells her that one of their colleagues passed away. He can't handle, them being in the war and all that, and the PSTD and all that stuff. And they have a nice conversation, and we see them later on jogging, and somebody bumps Blue, and bumps the young lady, actually, and Blue gets mad, and lady's like, no, mistakes happen, you leave it alone. And that was funny. Blue was like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to go handle that. So Blue's crazy, just like Madam. But there's even more crazy folks. What's this new guy, Smoke, who Madam has sent to handle the concierge, and we see that scene where he basically kills the concierge men. Now that scene, let's talk about that scene. Let's talk about that scene. The first guy, okay, I understand. The guy gets out his truck and he's like, oh, give me your keys. And the guy's like, get out of here, man. He doesn't have his gun out yet. He pulls his gun out and shoots that guy. Why did the other guy come running? Why you come running towards a loaded gun, a man with a loaded gun? You just asking to be killed, bro. And that's what happened. So, and then both their heads were used. Like 2 air fresheners up in the car, up in the truck. I said, this is crazy. So concierge saw that. So let's see how he retaliates. That was interesting. What else happened in this episode that I thought was interesting? Champ is out. Champ is out, and so is Trouble. And they're glad to be out, and they're having these conversations. And they go to the club, and they know there's a new dancer there. And this new dancer, let me get his name. Quincy. Quincy's the new dancer. He's a new amateur. And, Trouble was being really rude towards him. Really rude. But Quincy stood his ground. I thought that was interesting. She was being really rude. And as she is being rude to him, Madam calls for her and says, listen, what you gonna do about Champ? And she's like, you're asking me? She's like, oh, I thought you were gonna kill him. Then she tried to play it off. Oh, I was waiting for you. Oh, you want me to kill him? I was waiting for you to see what you was gonna say. So now she knows, no, you gotta kill him, miss. Meanwhile, Quincy is having a conversation with Ray Sean, who is back. Good to see him. And I think these two are gonna bond. And Ray Sean and Quincy are having a good conversation. And Quincy's asking about how the money is around here, how the people are. And Ray Sean tells him, there's one stripper you got to look out for and be careful with, and that's Babyface. Stay away from him and don't trust him. And Quincy says, interesting. And I said interesting as well, because I said, that means there's going to be something going on, y'all. We're going to see some drama, or we might see some drama between them going on. All the things that happened in this episode. El Fuego, did I say that right? El Fuego, probably saying it wrong, comes to Madame, and he tells Madame he has an issue. His ex-girlfriend from back in the day that got killed, and Madame hid the body or whatever. He's like, listen, I need you to kind of find the body so that her family can have closure. That was their only daughter. Why would you get yourself involved in this El Fuego? Because wouldn't this make the family think you had something to do with the girl's murder? But Madame said, I'll make some calls, try to see what we can do so they can get some closure. But that was interesting to me. I was like, Now, let's get back to, Lola. Lola's thing was funny. Let's get back to Lola. Lola comes in, speaks to Madame, and they had a funny exchange. Madame totally dissed her because Madame said, listen, what's going on? She told her how, in the evidence office, there's this 5-minute rule and this, that, and the third. And I want to get in and get out. And at this certain time, nobody's there at the precinct. And so she says, Madam says something about a question. And she was like, well, you said first of all, so what was the second? And then Madam just started going on. First is this, second is that, don't get caught. Third, change that ugly wig. Should I go on? Get out the F out my face. I thought that was funny and kind of rude how she was talking to Lola. But anyway, we have El Fuego helping do some programming or whatever, and he turns the lights off for a little bit. Manages to turn the lights off in the precinct, which allows Lola to get in there and steal the evidence. But then the lights pop back on, and then she looked like she's stuck. So I'm like, oh, maybe she's stuck. But then we see her come out, look like she's coming out from the back of the precinct. So she got the evidence. Madam gives the evidence to Doc and tells him, don't you ever get me in no more, have me have to get you out of any more situations. Meanwhile, as that's going on, we see Trouble and Champ playing cards or whatever, and she goes to the bathroom. He turns his back. She takes a plastic bag and smothers him and kills him because she had to kill him. And that was sad to see that she had to kill her friend. She didn't want to do it, and she told him she's sorry. She's sorry, but as she killed him, listen, you killing me, but you're telling me you're sorry for it. Then we have the scene where the police come and raid Club Eden. They're up. I didn't understand why they had to be up on the stage with the guns blazing. Detective Davis is standing there. And they're up on the stage with the guns blazing. Like, I'm like, because they said they were surrounding the building. They were in the building. I guess this is total humiliation. And they come and they arrest Madam. Tommy's pissed off. She told him, you need to back off, whatever. And she arrests Madam. So this was an interesting episode. I enjoyed this episode. We've got to see what's going to happen in the next episodes. That's it. So that's all I have for you for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.